Hey everyone, it's time for another book review. I finally finished The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. And so I just want to talk about it and give like a basic storyline and then what I thought about it. Um, I bought this at Barnes& and Noble, and what really drew me to it was the cover. It's really interesting. And I just picked up the back and read it, so it sounded pretty, interesting, so I grabbed it, and my shirt is driving me crazy. So I paid $15 for it. This is probably the best book that I've read in a really long time. I was on like a young adult series kick, like Pretty Little Liars and The Hunger Games, and then I got into 50 Shades and those type of books. So this was kind of a nice, I don't know, break from all of that. So basically, it is about these two kids, a boy and a girl. The girl has a father who is a magician, and why I say magician, I'll explain in a little bit. And the boy was in a group home, pretty much. He didn't have any parents, and a man came and adopted him, went through like an interviewing type process, and thought he was the best match. So he adopted the boy, and this boy and girl are binded to each other for life through magic, and they're placed in this, a game, they call it. The rules of the game and the game itself is not really explained all that much at first. They really don't explain anything about it. But the setting for the game, it's more like a competition, is the circus. So there is this circus that is developed, and it only comes out at night, and it moves around all over the world. And pretty much it just like pops up out of nowhere, and it's unlike any kind of circus. I don't want to give too much away, but it's unlike any circus that you would ever imagine. It's not like a typical circus like you go to every day. It has real magic, not just like hidden tricks and that sorts of type of magic. It's real magic. And the little girl, her name is Celia, and she is an illusionist, and she was taught everything by her dad. Well, her dad, I don't know if I said that right. Her dad taught her everything about the magic that Celia does. He was a famous magician. I think his name was Prospero the Enchanter. And something really kind of interesting happens to him within the book, which I won't give away because it's like super interesting to me. And the little boy, his name is Marco. And there's all sorts of characters. I mean, at first it was kind of hard for me to follow around how many characters there actually are and their stories. But at the end, towards the end, everyone comes together, and everyone that you read about is part of this grander, competition or game. So everyone that's involved is affected by the circus and are affected by Marco and Celia and their, relationship, which they end up together or falling in love. Which you read from the cover, so I'm not really giving that away. And they really can't be together because they're bound to this competition, and only, I won't tell you it's kind of like a Romeo and Juliet type of love story. I'm not going to say how it ends or, what has to happen for the game to win, but you could probably guess. So it's just, the writing in the story is amazing. The way that she writes just makes you feel like you're actually there at the circus and actually with these people. You can see, you know, the magic that's happening, and it's amazing the way that she writes. It was a nice step up from reading 50 Shades of Grey, where the writing was so horrible and the editing was terrible. But the way that she writes is amazing, and I hope that she continues, because I would read probably anything she writes after reading this. It's just so magical. The story is so magical. I didn't read it as fast as I read other books because it's slow to get into. I don't, well, it's not slow to get into because I was sucked right in after like reading the first chapter, but it's kind of slow to, things start to really, really happen with, that has to do with the actual competition or game or whatever you want to call it. But you know, I stayed up until like 4 a.m. last night reading it because I just couldn't put it down. The last few chapters are just great. I wanted to see what happens. And there is a character, well, there are two characters that aren't a part of the circus itself. One is like kind of like a reviewer. He's part of this group. He actually kind of starts the group. And it's a group of people that love the circus and they follow it around. And he actually makes the clock for the circus, which is really a neat concept. And then there's the little boy. His name's Bailey. He is a fan of the circus. And it actually starts when he's really young, and he gets dared to break into the circus during the day because it's not open during the day. And I was like, why am I reading about this character? I mean, it was cute at first, you know, but I'm like, what does he have to do with the rest of the story? Well, in the end, he, because you read about him, he has his own chapter, you know, throughout the whole book. And I'm like, what does this kid have to do with the circus? Why am I reading this? Thought he was just a fan, and they were just showing like from a different point of view, but he actually has something really special to do with the circus. It's kind of like his destiny, which is really awesome. How they tied everyone in together, and the characters are just so interesting, I guess you would say. Celia and Marco are both really likable, along with a couple other characters. You know, things start to happen to the circus and to everyone that has to do with the circus, all because of Marco and Celia's decisions. And the circus pretty much exists just for their, you know, competition. So it's just really, really interesting. I don't want to give away too many details because the details make the magic of the book. There was a paragraph that I was going to read. I don't know if I really want to now, but if I can find it, I should have marked it, but I wasn't sure if I wanted to read it or not. One second. Maybe not, because I'm not going to be able to find it. Oh, here it is. Okay, it says, magic, the man in the gray suit repeats, turning the word into a laugh. This is not magic. This is the way the world is. Only very few people take the time to stop and note it. Look around you, he says, waving a hand at the surrounding tables. Not a one of them even has an inkling of the things that are possible in this world, and what's worse is that none of them would listen if you attempted to enlighten them. They want to believe that magic is nothing but clever deception because to think it real would keep them up at night afraid of their own existence. I thought that was just a neat paragraph, kind of, I don't know, tells a little bit about the story. It's at the very end, but it's just, I don't know. It's just, interesting to see what really would happen if there really was magic. And all these people that go to this circus, they have no clue. They just think it's illusions and, to mess with their mind. And they think it's all hat tricks and stuff like that. They don't understand that it's real magic. And towards the end, something happens, and people look at a certain character. I'm not going to say who. Well, it's Celia. They look at Celia's father. I'm not going to say what happens to him, but they look at him and they don't believe what they see. They just think it's another act, I guess, and it's not. It's just interesting, and it's just like that paragraph said. They only see what they want to see, which I think is interesting. So I definitely recommend this book. I mean, I wouldn't recommend it for maybe like a teenager, just because it would be kind of hard to understand some of it. It's definitely an adult novel. I don't mean that there's not like that much cussing, or I think there's like one sexual interaction, but they don't go into detail or nothing like that. But still, just the way that it's written, it's geared more for adults, and it's more mature type of writing. So, but yeah, I definitely recommend this if you like magical stories. I just think it's a beautiful story. I don't know. It has nothing to do with like religion or anything like that. It's just pure magic. I know some people, like religious people, don't like reading about magic. I know that they were like against Harry Potter, but it's beautiful. It's beautiful magic, and the things that they do with their magic is unreal, and just stuff that you would only think of in your dreams. So definitely recommend The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. So go pick up a copy. It's still on the shelves. Like, I think it's still out on the front shelves. I saw it at Target and Walmart and all of those places too. So it's worth it, I promise. It's beautiful. So yeah, and really greatly written. The adjectives and everything are just amazing. So that's my review on The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. So I hope you read it. And if you do, or have any questions, leave me a comment and I'll get back to you like right away. So the next book that I'm starting probably here in a little bit, it might not even wait until tonight to start because I love these books so much, is Pretty Little Secrets by Sarah Shepard. I actually went to Target and I had finished the last book. I've read the whole series, and this book was on the shelves, and I'm like, what is that? I've never even seen that book before or heard of it. Apparently it was written in 2011. I don't know. I've only seen it once, and I've been to Barnes & Noble like 100 times, but at Target, I was like, oh, I don't have that one. Apparently it's set in between books 4 and 5. So I don't know. I think it has something to do with Christmas. So we'll see. But yeah, I'm going to start that next. So I fly through these books really, 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 really fast because I love the series. Like, love, love, love. So I'll probably be done with this by the start of next week, if that. Might be done this weekend. So look for that. And please like and subscribe. And I hope everyone has a good rest. I guess it's only 2:30, so have a good night and afternoon or whatever. And I think I'm going to the movies with my best friend to see Paranorman. So it's my kind of movie. I loved Coraline, so I'm gonna go see that. I might do a review, but I doubt anyone would really be that interested in seeing that. So have a good night. Like I said,